What's up guys, this is end of the week me, just jumping in at the start of this video to say hello and welcome to any new subscribers. Last week's video had a bit of a bump in views and we've welcomed lots more new people to the channel. So if you're one of those, hello and welcome. If you aren't subscribed, it would be great if you're enjoying the content that you can click the subscribe button, click the like button and help support the channel. I hope you've enjoyed all the content so far and I hope you enjoy this upcoming video. And as always, I'll catch you next week. What's up guys? Welcome back to FarmStrong. My name's Jack and thanks for joining me on the channel. It is a Monday morning. The phone is actually out at the start of the week. There's lots going on. You can see the Triton drill behind me there on the class. Dad's been busy drilling spring beans all weekend, so they're in. Looks like there might be a little bit of rain coming in sort of middle of this week. So I think Dad was keen to get those in the ground, why the soil conditions were pretty favourable. Also, while we've got the weather on our side, I'm just filling up the flat roll there on the back of the 820. Going to go and start rolling some of the first year grass today. So we'll hopefully get at least one field done today, if not starting another as well. And we'll keep going with that tomorrow. So I'll show you a bit of that as we go, but yeah, got to fill it up with water first, as that all got drained out obviously just while it sits over winter, so it just uses water for its ballast. Big heavy 4 metre flat roll there, so we'll get that filled up and then get that down the road. And then just before I do that, you see I've got the bag lifter on the Kramer there. This was a lot of spraying last week, so lots of empty cans. So gonna nip round to the spray container now and clear up those empty cans so they're out of the way. Dad is spraying again today. He's going into the beans where he's drilled and then into the barley too, I believe. So yeah, very busy down the farm, all out. Paul's actually fertilising as well here. He's putting fertiliser on the grass, so we might see him out in the field while we're rolling too. But yeah, lots going on. It's good. We'll crack on. So I got an old seed bag nice near the door, and as you can see, loads of empty cans to hoss in. So we'll just get all those chucked in there, out of the way. Then it's nice and easy for Dad to get to the rest of the chemical, or me, on these next spray rounds. Let's crack on. An annoying job, but satisfying when it's all tied in complete. Just collapsed all the cardboard in there, and obviously cans in the bag. We'll go and see how that roll's getting on with filling up. Dad heading out. Just finished the beans down the track there. Off to do the others. It's just chatting. It's about 9:30 now, and it's probably going to be just a little bit too damp this morning to start rolling that quickly. So it may be that once this is full, we'll get it down the field and just go and have a see what it's like. But it might be, in fact, we hang on for maybe an hour or so by the time we get down there until I actually start dragging it around. But we've got to get the roll in the field, and obviously I've got to get the other drawbar down and get this one folded up so we can get up set up ready to go, and that'll use some time up. Just peeked at the fuel gauge when I jumped in the cab, and about a quarter full, so I thought I'd better get her topped off before we go down there. Luckily this is nice cheap diesel I'm putting in, because we haven't had our tanks filled up yet. But that tank behind me, 10,000 litre tank, is getting pretty low, so it looks like we're going to have a pretty expensive fuel bill at some point. We are trying to hold out and seeing if this whole Iran thing calms down, but bloody Mr. Trump didn't really think this all through. And it looks like it's just going to drag itself out. So yeah, we'll see what the fuel bill comes to when we get it. But for now, we're running on cheap diesel. We shall head out. $10,212 hours. We'll look after the old girl. So the first couple of fields are up on the main road, so just a short journey, 2-3 minutes really. We're in the field now. To get it unpacked, I've popped the hydraulic lines in so we can just lift the wheels slightly, and I can take this little ram stop up, and then we can drop the wheels down, get the roll on the floor, then I can get it unhooked and we can get this drawbar down. So do the easy bit, and then I've got to get physical on these drawbars. It's a bit of a two-man job really, but we'll see if I can manage. Yes. Success. I've definitely burned some calories. We'll get this other one, last one lifted up. Cool. So last thing to do is literally just hook up the hydraulics, get the wheels lifted up fully, and then the roll will be ready to go. Just going to have a walk out in the field here and see how damp it feels. Had a pretty heavy dew this morning, and I can probably show you some of the grass so you can see that. If you look at the end of my boots, that water moisture on them, that's all still in the grass. Haven't really got a sun today. Looks bluer on the phone screen than it actually does with your eyes. Very grey, a lot of cloud cover, sun really not getting through at all. So, but otherwise the ground looks pretty good. Definitely feels soft underfoot. There's a crust on the top, but you can probably see where it has been wet and dried out, cracks in the tram lines here. So there's definitely a fair bit of moisture underneath, but top being dry is good for us, as we won't get any soil sticking to the roll as we drag it over the top. But then that'll get all the ground compressed down, push all these plants back into the soil and help give them a bit of a growth spurt. Let's get her hooked up, we're ready to go. What's the plan then? So we're going to do all the field work first, and then we'll run around the headland 4 times probably. I'm going to get the GPS set up. I haven't used it on this tractor since we only had it installed last year, or probably about a year ago or so now. And just, yeah, I haven't had the chance or reason to use it in this tractor yet. So I'll work out getting an AB line set on there. We'll set the AB line probably at a slight angle to where the crop has been drilled. So probably sort of a 10 to 15 degree angle off the tram lines. So hopefully we'll get that set up fine, get that going so the tractor steers itself, nice and easy for me. And then we'll just double check that the field's rolling all right, not picking up any wet mud or anything, and not damaging the grass. So we'll crack on. I'll get an AB line set, and then hopefully we'll be away. Just had Paul come past me in the FERT spreader. Got a little dose on front of the bonnet there. Managed to get the GPS going after 10-15 minutes of playing. So I got an AB line set up, but just had to work out where I could go in the menu to put the flat roll and to put the implement in and the width of it, etc. So I'm getting all the right width of passes, but we're cracking on now. Ground's not too bad. We're running pretty nicely. Got a little bit of soil sticking to the roll, but nothing that's going to stop us going. A few telegraph poles to contend with in this field. The sky is starting to be a little bit bluer. Later in the afternoon now. I made it onto the headland work, so I've got a contour set up on the GPS so I can be lazy again and no steering, but to be honest it helps that I'm not running over the same ground twice as well. So should get finished up in the field here within the next hour or so, just on the second lap of the headland, so another 2 to go after we finish this. The ground has actually rolled really well in the end. There's only one spot that was tacky this morning, just on a headland, sort of on a slope by the ditch, where it did pick up a tiny bit, but now that's dried out as the day's gone on, I can roll over it now and firm it all back up. So in front of me now was just where I was turning when I first came into the field on this headland, where it's a little bit soft this morning, so you can see the tread marks from the wheels, just made a bit of deeper imprint. So not ideal, but didn't want to stop ourselves doing the whole field, so we'll manage. Just slightly damper down here where it's down the slope and we're by the ditch. Pulling out the field now as we finished up, and handily the next one we're going to is just across the road, so no packing up the roll, we'll just pull it straight across when it's safe. That's what happens if you catch a wet bit, so we'll be avoiding this end of the field where it's sat a bit damp. Finishing up the rolling for the day, just jumped out the cab, poked a stick in the ground, so or if I'm coming back tomorrow or someone else is coming back tomorrow, it's very obvious where to start from, as yeah, the GPS isn't painting it on the screen, so I don't know how to do that, and it's not amazingly obvious where you've been in the field, so it just makes it easy. All just taking the last bit of clean grass seed up to the other farm to get bagged up. Just pulled that trailer out with the 5000, just thought how nice it's looking in the sun. Thought I'd give you a quick update on the straw. Unfortunately, I've missed the 3 loads. I think it's three loads that we've had when it's gone out. So we're just left with about 60 bales or so here now, which are mainly all bottom bales. So we're not sure if the straw merchant's going to come pick these up or not. If not, we'll just use them as bottom bales for this year's crop, and then that will protect those and they'll all be good. But I would have thought in the kind of year we've had for straw, we should be able to get rid of these. Most of them aren't very bad at all, just have a little bit of marking on the bottom where they've sat in the shed. Some of these for nearly 2 years now. So hopefully if these do come and get picked up, I can get that on video, as it's always a bit of fun loading the straw lorries. Makes a rather mess of the yard as well, but it's amazing how much loose straw comes off the bales actually. Lovely bit of blue sky. Had some real funny weather this week actually. It was hailing yesterday. We had pretty much every type of weather you can get yesterday, but nice clear blue sky today. Thursday afternoon. Weather's on our side today, and I've just popped out to relieve Dad on the sprayer. Cracking on with some wheats again today. Come here! Dog's a bit keen to have a ride. Just spraying the last field for the day. Once I finish, we've got through about 75 hectares of wheat. Spraying similar stuff to last week, so broad wheat fleet treatment, rust treatment, manganese, magnesium. Yeah, it's been going okay. Been a bit of a steady day. I've probably actually got out the cab over 20 times, I reckon, today to sort block nozzles, which has been frustrating, and a couple of other problems as well. So probably actually been slowed down by an hour and a half or so today, which has been a little bit frustrating. But sometimes that's how things go. So yeah, there we are. Probably back on the sprayer tomorrow to finish some more wheat off if spraying conditions are favourable. They're pretty spot on now, to be honest. We're about 6:30 in the evening. It's nice and still, but obviously starting to lose the light. Probably only got another half hour light or so now, which is perfect, as I should just finish up by then. About 10 hectares to go. That's where the sun was, but it's just been dipped below the horizon for about 15 minutes or so. Still giving plenty of light though. It's Friday lunchtime. The sprayer is out behind me, but it's not a spraying day. Can't really tell on camera there, but it's a bit, we've had a little bit of rain already this morning. It's a bit windy, but just got the sprayer out to do a little bit of maintenance. Just emptied the clean water tank. We've got a very small split on it, so it's just dripping. So we're going to have someone come out with a plastic welder and hopefully fix that up. So yeah, just drain the clean water tank into the main tank. So that's all empty and ready. Otherwise, just a few general jobs today. I think I'm going to have a tidy up in our main shed here. We've got lots of the fertiliser bags. Could do with a tidy up. So I might just shuffle some of these bags out the way and put the rubbish away in that corner. So we'll fire up the fork truck and get that sorted too. Just whipping round to the spray container to grab a few empties. As we've probably got a few days off spraying now, it's a good chance to keep it tidy as always. We're tidy again, and I know I've said this before, but if you're definitely looking to upgrade your sprayer filling, I can't recommend a container like this more. It does make it really simple, keeps it clean, keeps it tidy, and probably is the cheapest way to do it if you don't want to build something bespoke. So, food for thought. Bit of a sea of rubbish starting to build up, but at least tidied away in bags. And a little bit more space to work in here. Some of you with keener eyes might have noticed this long I-beam that's been hanging around in the yard for a little while now. I think it's just a little bit over 9 meters long, but we have got plans for it. We're going to use it as part of a new grain stirrer, which we're going to set up in one of the sheds. So we've got a current one that we're going to strip down and take apart. Obviously the beam wasn't long enough, so we're going to strip that down and assemble that onto here. But we'll have a bit of work drilling lots of new holes, etc, etc, and then doing the fit out on it. So hopefully you guys will get to see some of that in a video coming up in the next few weeks. Guys, anyone who is a Workshop Wednesday fan and has been missing the Allis Chalmers videos, well, I've got good news. I've just received the piston rings that I need for this engine. The previous set I had, well, there were two sizes of engine, a bigger one and a smaller bore. And I had the rings for the larger engine, which didn't fit this one, but I've now received the smaller rings. So I've got 4 nice shiny new sets of those, which I can get in this engine. Obviously, I've got to load them onto the pistons. I've got to get the pistons cleaned up and then get them loaded into the engine. So that can be the next Workshop Wednesday video, and it'll pretty much mean that I can get this engine now back together in its entirety, unless I find any things that get in the way of that. But I think I've got all the bits I need now, so it should be pretty plain sailing, which does mean I might not be too far off my original promise of getting this thing going by March, April this year. It's now probably going to be nearer the end of April, maybe early May, but definitely before harvest. You heard it here. Signing off for the week. Thanks for watching. Take it easy and see you soon.